You are capable of navigating massive complexity. You negotiate high-stakes deals, manage demanding clients, and solve dense logistical problems with precision. Yet, when faced with a simple, everyday task, you find yourself entirely paralyzed. This paralysis is highly selective. You might spend 12 hours a day on a complex litigation case, yet let 18 months pass without updating a single page of your website or sending a routine follow-up email. It's tempting to blame laziness, a lack of motivation, or poor time management. However, your diary is likely a masterpiece of organizational precision, and your history of 12-hour workdays suggests that effort isn't the issue. The fact that you only stall on specific, high-value tasks suggests a targeted psychological response, rather than a systemic failure of character. The multi-billion-dollar productivity industry misses the mark by treating these moments as simple bad habits. They offer better calendars and tighter schedules, addressing the surface symptoms while leaving the underlying cause untouched. For high performers, cognitive sophistication is often the primary driver of the problem. Your intelligence actually provides the tools to build more effective barriers to action. A clever mind can transform a simple update into a strategic exercise of staggering complexity, mapping out 1,000 considerations and demanding a level of significance that routine work can rarely provide. Your brain is weaponizing its processing power to construct a sophisticated defense against the work. This diagram shows the amygdala, your brain's threat detection system. When you look at an avoided task, this node pulses rapidly, firing like an immediate physical threat. You aren't avoiding physical effort, you're dodging anticipated negative emotions, fear of exposure, judgment, or failing your standards. Procrastination acts as an unconscious protection racket, shielding your ego from the vulnerability of being measured. We are wrestling with a biological shield designed to save us from psychological discomfort, disguised as a time management problem. This resistance takes specific forms. For the perfectionist, refusing to try is the only mathematically certain way to avoid an imperfect result. If your identity relies on being the clever one, any work that is merely good enough feels like an existential threat. The rebel archetype experiences even self-imposed deadlines as oppressive external control. The moment you tell yourself you should do something, your brain triggers a defensive response against the perceived loss of autonomy. For the overwhelm archetype, the intelligent brain instantly maps every interconnected variable, freezing under the cognitive weight before taking a single step. Standard productivity tools make this worse. To a defensive mind, a rigid schedule looks like a dashboard of failure, triggering total lockdown. Applying generic productivity hacks to a high-performing mind often transforms a support structure into a source of constant, crushing shame. Solving this requires moving beyond conscious willpower. The goal is to identify the specific emotional fear your mind is trying to shield you from and address it directly. Bypassing the amygdala's alarm system starts with making the initial commitment so small it becomes invisible. Committing to just 2 minutes of opening a document doesn't register as a threat, allowing you to start without triggering the brain's defense mechanisms. Resistance also dissolves when you shift your focus from the current discomfort to the eventual relief of being done. Mentally rehearsing the satisfaction of completion creates a neurological link to future satisfaction rather than present pain. Shifting your internal self-talk can also neutralize the impulse to rebel. When we move from viewing a task as an obligation to seeing it as a core part of our identity, changing "I should" to "I am someone who does this," the brain's defensive posture naturally relaxes. This behavior, while frustrating, is an outdated survival strategy that has outlived its original purpose. The most productive action you can take is to stop fighting yourself. When you understand what your mind is protecting you from, the resistance begins to dissolve on its own.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and share it with your friends. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.